Your source for information about your hometown and surrounding area. Tiger Talk is brought to you by... And Tiger Talk brought to you by Whistle Stop Donuts, Stream Beans Coffee House, and Miss McLevis Cupcakes on Lower Main and Princeton, Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Katie's, delicious homemade goodness, and Perry's Floors and more.
Make the morning great with a stop at Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main Street in Princeton. Whistle Stop makes their donuts fresh daily, and they're ready on your way to work or school. They have a wide variety of fresh donuts, so you can surprise the office with a dozen delicious donuts. And remember, after 11 a.m., donuts are only $5 per dozen through August 8th. Stop by Whistle Stop today and enjoy a donut or a dozen. They're open 5 a.m. to noon, Monday through Saturday. Whistle Stop Donuts on West Main in Princeton.
All right, and at 8:05, welcome to Tiger Talk here on your hometown radio station, WPKY. Have the pleasure of welcoming into the studio Deanna Sova.
Hey, how are you?
And she's a hometown girl, actually. Don't let that
am.
name throw you. That's
Deanna White.
Yes, that's exactly right. And good to have you here this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to be here. It's fun to be here. It's nice driving in. It was a nice drive, that little Hopkinsville, Princeton Road.
Especially a beautiful, crisp morning.
Yes, depends on which way you're going. The people in Hopkinsville call it Princeton Road. I still call it Hopkinsville Road.
Oh, yeah, I do too. And every once in a while this time of year, I don't know if there's any tobacco smoke.
No, there wasn't
yeah.
yet, but
Yeah.
I know it will be. It will happen, maybe on the way home.
Well, I graduated from Murray State, but I went to Hopkinsville a couple of semesters, and I mean, boy, I couldn't wait to this time of year. I'd be going down the road, and I'd be rolling down the windows,
Smelling all that
and
good
cool
smoke.
air coming
I
in.
know.
Oh.
It is really a pretty drive from on the Hopkinsville Road.
It is a beautiful ride. Well, thanks for being here, and you are here to talk about, and we haven't heard about it in a while in Caldwell County. It's been kind of, but it's the United Way.
Yes, super excited about it. We came in last year and did relatively good. The Planters Bank has been phenomenal and supportive, and Jake Pepper and all of his team down at Planters Bank, we kind of used them as a headquarters.
Right.
So last year we did a one-day event. We've sent out some flyers and some communication pieces. So this year we're kind of doing a week long, although we're only going to be over here on one day, which will be Wednesday of next week, but it actually starts next week. So don't be surprised, some businesses, if you start getting some phone calls from some volunteers. So it's a real thing. It's real people that are really affiliated with United Way.
Will it be phone calls?
A lot of it will be phone calls, and then on that Wednesday, we'll actually be going literally door to door.
So you'll be soliciting door to door
here
in town.
Yes, and so some of our volunteers from Hopkinsville that work with our agencies, Hospice is one agency that and we have many agencies that are located, obviously, in Christian County, but everyone in the Pennyroyal can benefit from that. The ones we have locally here are Bright Life Farms and then Trace Industries, and most people are very familiar with Bright Life Farms.
Right. Tell us more about that. This is a wide, encompassing area that is part of this, but there are local agencies here that participate and receive funding from the United Way.
There absolutely is. My sister actually even worked at Bright Life Farms several years ago. I think have a couple of my Facebook friends, I believe, that are working at Bright Life Farms. I think it's a wonderful organization. Last year, when we had our United Way kickoff breakfast, the team from Bright Life came over and sang to us.
Yes.
So that was fun. They were just very entertaining.
The choir.
They are quite the choir,
Yes.
very entertaining. And then also we have Trace Industries, which is, they have one here, I believe, Trigg County, and there may be 4 locations.
Right.
And then we have agencies that service the individuals in the Pennyroyal. For example, I mentioned Hospice.
Right.
We have the Sanctuary, which is for battered, abused women. We have the Pennyroyal Children's Advocacy, which again is for abused children.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of other, American Red Cross is another one. You and I were talking about that earlier. So there are other agencies that are affiliated with the residents or individuals in Caldwell, Trigg, and Todd County but they just happen to be housed in Christian County.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit because, in some of the places I've worked in the past, we would have a place where we could sign a card and take some of our paycheck and give to the United Way. And while we did that, we could mark individual places where we wanted those funds to go. So if you're out there listening to us and you're like, I have an agency like that I would like to be involved, what is the process? If they're hearing this and they go, you know what, I'm an agency that might qualify for United Way funds, how do they do that?
The best thing to do is to contact Jennifer Maddox. She is our director, the director of the United Way of the Pennyrile, and she's located in Hopkinsville. I'm going to give you the number. I jotted the number down, 886-8171. And there's a process, application process that you go through. And I would not, don't as a new agency expect to get $10,000 or $50,000, but you have to start somewhere, and the process is a little bit stringent, and we talked about that earlier too. And I think it's a good thing because you hear of oftentimes the bad and the negative that are happening with nonprofit organizations.
Exactly.
So I think it's really good that we are so stringent. There's allocation committees. There are volunteers. I've not ever volunteered on that, but I'm very familiar with their process and how you meet, the agency would meet with the United Way team, board, and or the allocation committee, and those are the folks that kind of decide based on our total number how much is going to be given to that organization.
How the distribution handles out.
And they want to make sure that it's being ran correctly, and so there are kind of rules and processes and procedures. It's pretty important that they're followed. But I think it's a great idea. We would love to have more. The more agencies that we have, hopefully that means that's the more funding that we can raise.
Right. Yeah. And I know, again, at one time, there was a strong United Way presence here in this county, and it's kind of, it's cyclical. It seems like it ebbs and flows, but it's good that you're back. And this event, this sort of a campaign that you're talking about, is leading up to this time, as you said, next Wednesday.
Next week. Well, we'll start Monday, but Wednesday is our day that we'll be here. And matter of fact, I think Jennifer is coming over this week and speaking with, you all have like a young professionals group.
Yes, we do.
And I can't think of the name of it is. We call it Hype. In Hopkinsville, it's called Hype. I am too old for it. I've aged out.
I am too.
We call ourselves Hopkinsville Old Professionals.
Okay. There you go.
But I think Jennifer's coming over this week to speak to that group. Okay. So I think and I think we'll continue to do this for a few years. Our main objective is going to be to make sure that we have some of the key people in Princeton and Caldwell County. We need those volunteers, those folks that are the movers and the shakers, the people that are connected to the organizations that can give. And you can give anything. This week we call it Small Business Week. So this week is primarily focused on the small businesses. So if you give $25, then your business is going to be mentioned on the air, and then also we'll do a thank you in the paper. Now, if you can't give $25, you can give 10. I'm one of these people that believe you give what your heart leads you to give. There are other organizations that want to give much more. Some small businesses even give $200, $100. You give whatever you feel like you can afford to give. And I like that you mentioned a great point that you mentioned earlier is if you are passionate about something, then most definitely I would want them to specifically say, I want my money to be designated for this organization.
And that can happen.
Absolutely. And we prefer it because that kind of helps us understand what is that passion of that community or what is that passion of that person, so we can understand a little bit more, really where we can reach out and where those funds are going.
Are you your campaign headquarters again, kind of at a Planters again this year?
Yes, at Planters Bank. And I guess is that North Jefferson? I guess the one right there on
North Jefferson, corner of North Jefferson and Locust Street.
Yes, Locust.
Yeah.
I could not remember the name of that
Locust
street.
Yep.
But Jake and his group were so nice. We just kind of took over one of their conference rooms, and they were so supportive.
Yeah.
And again, we'll have volunteers coming from Hopkinsville. We'd love to rally some volunteers here.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What if somebody's listening and they want to be, hey, I want to be a part of that?
Well, you can call me or text me right now, 839-3113, and I'm happy to put you on the list.
Okay.
It's super important because I think I'm from here, and what happens when I come, it's like Old Home Week. Last week, Tracy that was with me, she said, oh, my gosh, I think I'm ever going to get you out of some of these businesses because then I haven't seen these people in forever. But I think works a lot better if you have the locals, you or the local people that are going to knock on the doors.
It's nice to have a local face.
It
and
is.
People are familiar with that.
Well, they feel like it's actually legitimate.
Yeah.
And not that maybe I don't look legitimate, but you know,
Right,
they don't see me at church and at the grocery and
Right.
at the football game, so
Sure.
they don't see me as on a regular basis.
Right. It sounds like a good, fun time.
It is, and
for a great cause.
it is. We do have a lot of fun. We'll have this week or next week we're doing Princeton. We did Christian County a couple of weeks ago, and then in November we'll have a Trigg County, same deal, Small Business Week. It's just really, you kind of want to rally. Oftentimes we're divided a little bit by just geographically, and
Right.
you can't help that. But we kind of want to rally the whole community. Because I think there are a lot of folks that are utilizing the services here, and there are probably more services and agencies that could utilize the funding,
Sure.
the donations. So
Sure.
I'd love to reach out to those too.
No doubt about it. Well, we're going to take a quick break and collect and see where else we can go with this
All right.
and talk a little bit more with Deanna Sova. And she's a volunteer with United Way, and we're talking United Way this morning. They've got a campaign coming up. It's Small Business Week this week. Right? Or is
Well,
that
next week.
Next week. That begins Monday. Next week. I don't know what I'm saying. Hand me my coffee. But yeah, next week Monday, and then they're going to be going out and about in the community, and you're going to see them out and about. We'll talk about that when we come back at 8:15. You're listening to Tiger Talk here on your hometown radio station, WPKY. We'll be back in a moment. String Beans Coffee House in downtown Princeton specializes in made-to-order espresso drinks, hot, over ice, or frozen. They serve lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2. Like them on Facebook to view their weekly menu. They also rent out the back room for birthday parties, anniversary parties, and baby showers. That's String Beans Coffee House, 108 East Main Street, Princeton. Give them a call, 270-365-0550. Shh! It's Princeton's best-kept secret.
Pardon me?
Mrs. McLovin's Cupcakes in downtown Princeton. It's truly the best-kept secret in Princeton. Come down and enjoy a delicious homemade cupcake made from scratch and only from the finest ingredients. While downtown, enjoy a sweet treat on the patio in front of our shop. It's a delightful way to spend a moment with a friend or someone you love. Check out Instagram and Facebook for the Mrs. McLovin's Flavor of the Week. Mrs. McLovin's Cupcakes on Lower Main in Princeton, where there's always room for a cupcake. Phone 270-963-2544 to place an order.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness. Hancock's makes their own fresh chicken salad, pimento cheese, salads, and a variety of mouth-watering desserts, sure to please your entire family. While at Hancock's, be sure to visit their meat department for the best selection of USDA choice meats in the area. Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Cadiz, hometown, homemade goodness, and the Hancock name you know and trust for quality for your family. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz.
Since 1978, Perry's Floors and More has been selling, installing, and servicing homeowners throughout Western Kentucky with quality flooring and workmanship. Perry's Floors and More carries luxury vinyl plank and luxury vinyl tile, carpet, window treatments, and more. Quality brands like Mannington, Shaw, Tarkett, Beaulieu, and Flexitech. There's a reason why we say you can walk on our reputation. Come see Bill and Lucy at 127 West Market Street or call 270-365-9869.
And at 8:18 now, we'll call it. We're back here on Tiger Talk and have Deanna Sova in studio, and we are talking United Way today and Small Business Week coming up next week. And where do you want to go now? It's good stuff.
Well, one thing you mentioned, and I want to talk about it a little more, is although we're focusing on Small Business Week, the small business employer, also a great opportunity. We'd like to kind of plant that seed for some of the larger organizations, and the small business is considered 50 people or less,
Right.
so this would be 50 people or more. You can do an employee campaign, and you typically, and you're familiar with that, you said you did it at one of your previous employers.
Yes.
So you have a payroll deduction. It can be $5. We have some at the hospital that want to give $50 a year. So they do roughly $2.50 a pay period. So we would love to partner with like the school systems, the hospital, maybe Treehouse, and I know there are Special Metals. There are other larger,
Hydro Gear.
Yep.
So, yeah.
other larger employers.
Yeah. I did it when I was at one of the banks. I mean, that's
And you don't miss it. It's out of your paycheck. You never miss it.
No.
We have another. There is a level of it's kind of like a membership. It's called the Latham level. John C. Latham was a entrepreneur and a philanthropist in Hopkinsville. Kind of one of our more famous philanthropists and entrepreneurs. And I'm sure there's a lot of Latham things in Hopkinsville. And so through his philanthropy, they established what they call the Latham level of giving. So if you do at least $500, then there's a dinner they have every year, and then you're established. They have some door prizes and drawings, but mainly it's just a dinner to kind of help, again, continue to spread the good deed, and it's just a certain level of funding. Okay. So that's about $20, $19 a pay period, the way it works out for us. Right. The hospital is also a agency that does an employee campaign. We have the electric companies, which I know we have one here, Princeton Electric Plant Board. Mm-hmm. So anyone like that can do an employee campaign. A lot of the organizations will have fun with it. Maybe they'll have, a pie in the face for the CEO, or the school systems do a lot of like blue jeans. The teachers can wear blue jeans on Fridays, right. And they give $5 if they can wear blue jeans on Fridays, and they'll pick a whole month or a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of
creative with it.
Yeah, you can have as much fun. We have some things in. I believe it's the school system. Christian County Public Schools are doing a. I can't even think. I've gone blank on the music show.
Maybe
what is
you
it?
need more coffee.
I know. I think I do.
Tea.
Or tea. But anyway, they're having kind of a stars, like a follies type thing. Right. So they're having some of their students. I think even our superintendent, Mrs. Gimmel, is going to be an act of some sort.
Hey.
So it's
whatever it takes.
You can have a lot of fun. You can be creative with it.
And when I did it at my employer, they had boxes on a card. So I could distribute my donation. I could distribute it to however I wanted to throughout, wherever it wanted to go. They take those dollars and they just divide them up. Mm-hmm. I think So
or you can just say, I want it all to go to Caldwell County, to whatever is in Caldwell County.
That's
you can
right.
also do that. You can say, I want it all to go to a certain specific organization. Maybe Bright Light Farms might be the one that you're passionate about. But it's to me, the employee campaigns make it really simple.
Yeah.
Because you never miss. You're not going to miss $5. And the way we often would talk about it at the hospital when I was involved with the employee campaign there, if you can give up, like if you have multiple, if you go like me, I go to Sonic or McDonald's just about every morning and get me a large drink.
Yeah.
So if you can just commit to, okay, well, I'm not going to do that one day a week. So there's $1 or $2 that I can. It's just all in how you look at it.
It's all in how you look at it. That's right. And of course, next week, you and a team of folks are going to be out and about in the community.
Yes.
And of course, if people have questions when you come, a lot of people, again, everybody's heard of the United Way. United Way is an international, really, it means organization, nonprofit. It fights for health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Mm-hmm. That's kind of their mission.
That is our mission.
And it's a great mission.
It is. And I was looking at many of the other. We have 21 agencies right now, and some of the other ones that we have. That again, I know that folks from all over the Pennyroyal can benefit from. The dyslexia is one organization that we have. Salvation Army. Again, I mentioned Sanctuary Hospice. We have Meals on Wheels. The Pennyroyal Allied Community Services PACs have Meals on Wheels. We have obviously Trace Industries, Bright Light Farms. We have the Rescue Squad. So if you happen, God forbid, be in an accident in Christian County and on your way back and forth, because, we have a whole lot of new shopping in Christian County. We're pretty excited about that.
You do, don't you? There's all kinds of,
We have a TJ Maxx now. I'm pretty excited.
It's busting at the seams over there, it seems like.
It is.
Yeah.
But so the Rescue Squad is another agency that is funded partially by United Way.
Okay. Good stuff.
So we need volunteers.
Yeah, I was
We'd
going
love
to
volunteers.
Yeah, you're going to need people to help you hit the streets, aren't you?
Yes, so I would love if you want to contact myself, 839-3113, or you can call the United Way office, 886-8171. So if you want to volunteer next week, we would love to have you. If you're an organization that wants to donate, again, we would love for you to contact us. And I know they can call the radio station here.
Yeah, they can. We can get you in touch with whoever you need to get in touch with.
Yes.
And of course, it's fun to get out on a pretty day.
It is.
And to see folks maybe that you haven't seen for a while. So, if you get a chance to volunteer and just get out of the office for a little while.
We would really, really appreciate it. We have a Facebook page, so you can follow us at the United Way of the Pennyrile. It's our Facebook page.
Yeah, I wanted you to get that information out there because also as you volunteer and see these folks, they're going to put your picture out there on the Facebook page and just have a
And if you don't want your picture taken, you don't have to.
No.
Well, at least put your logo of your business on there.
I was reluctant to do the selfie this morning because I've got the Grizzly Adams thing going on, and it's just kind of the mode I'm in. But
well, it's because it's getting cool outside.
Anyway, fantastic.
I do want to talk about our goal.
Yeah, do it.
We have a goal that may be kind of a lofty goal. It was through much love and prayer and consideration. Yes, you have to have a goal. And so Jennifer Maddox and the United Way board came up with $803,000, and we are about to hit about our halfway mark. And so we wrap this up in January. Typically, the campaign will be wrapped up in early January. But every single penny helps. All the dollars help. All the dollars count. And this is collectively not just Caldwell County's goal, obviously, but it's the whole Pennyrile. Todd, Trigg, Christian, and Caldwell. So we hope that maybe by bringing the United Way here, helping people to be, I guess, re-educated about what United Way does and that it does exist. And it doesn't have to have a standalone building in your town for it to be a presence. So we hope that maybe this will help bring more awareness.
Because there are agencies and places here that are benefiting from United Way dollars. And this goal, and now is this an end-of-year goal?
This is an end-of-year goal.
Okay.
So by the first part of January, we'll have completed our whole campaign. Yeah. And so right now we're close to about halfway. We're about halfway
there. And it all starts again.
And it just started in September.
Yeah.
So we've done really well.
Wow.
We're very excited.
That is
But we'd love to have volunteers. We'd love for people to contact us about maybe doing an employee campaign. And would love for you all I'm sure Jennifer would love for some of the folks come to some of the United Way meetings over there.
Yeah, and if you will notify us when those are, we'll put them on our website and announce them and all kinds of things like that. If that's something that somebody wants to be involved in. And we encourage you to get out and help and to volunteer and be a part of this because it can benefit agencies in your hometown, but it also benefits agencies that are out of town that are being used by folks in town. So that's the one thing that we want to emphasize is that not only, if you designate, or volunteer and want a certain agency in your town to get the money, of course you can do that, but there are a lot of agencies that are in use by folks that live in this town that the money goes to help as well. So, and we wanted to get this message out because of the Small Business Week that's coming up next week to kind of preempt it a little bit and not let you, there's lots of stuff out there these day and age, I'm not sure if that's legitimate or I'm not this. And so
very true.
A big part of what we're trying to do here this morning is to let you know that this is coming, to get the education and the awareness out there that this is totally legitimate and is a needed thing and a good thing for our community.
We so appreciate you all helping. I know you all have jumped on board. You were just quick to say, sure, what can we do to help? So we really appreciate that.
Sure.
We also appreciate Planters Bank. They've been phenomenal. Again, last year we called and said, this is kind of what we're thinking. How can you help us? And Jake and his team were all in and just let us take over their conference room. And so we hope to do the same this year.
There you go. So fantastic. Anything else that we need to get out there and let everybody know except for, hey, just get ready. Next week is it.
That's it. Next week is it.
And keep listening. And if you want to get involved, give your number again, Deanna.
You can contact my number. It's 839-3113. Or you can contact the United Way office, 886-8171. Find us on Facebook. Find them online. They have a great story online. There's a wonderful video that was created locally. Yeah, go out there online and give us the Facebook how it's titled when somebody searches. United Way of the Pennyrile.
United Way of the Pennyrile. So that's the Facebook for our United Way area, the Pennyrile. And then of course you can go to their website as well, which is I don't know. You want to go to the national?
Just our local. I think that's our local right there, isn't it?
No, I've got the UnitedWay.org, but we'll get you a website address and put that out there as well. Give you a link.
Oh, PennyrileUnitedWay.org.
PennyrileUnitedWay.org is the website.
I knew you'd ask me a question I wasn't ready for.
That's
what you do.
I wasn't ready for it either. PennyRyleUnitedWay.org is the local website. So we'll get you. There it is.
There it is.
We'll give you a link to that. You can see all kinds of information if you want to know. And there's the goal that's out there.
It is. We have our agencies listed. We have several of our events down at the bottom.
Yes.
January 11th is our final campaign dinner, and that's where the final total number is revealed. And there's also many awards given out based on the different agents or different organizations and businesses and their participation level.
Okay.
So, again, we would love for how nice it would be for Princeton or Caldwell County to bring home one of those awards. It would be great.
It would be. And so, folks, get out there, get involved. If you have any questions, again, go to these resources and get yourself educated and get ready for Small Business Week coming up next week. You'll see some faces that you probably know, maybe a few that you don't know, but know that the United Way will be in town and want you to be a part of what they're doing because it's good stuff.
If you want to volunteer, we'll give you a T-shirt, too. Really cool T-shirt.
Everybody likes a T-shirt, Well, shoot, yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And volunteering, just to say one more thing, just is good for your soul.
It truly is.
So if you haven't volunteered in a while and you're looking for something to do, get out there and get involved and volunteer because you'll get a blessing out of it.
I think so.
So good
point.
Yeah. So, Deanna, thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Deanna Sova. I got it right.
You got it now.
My last name is
right.
just as it says, but it gets butchered so bad. I'm Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah,
and it's just amazing. So, but Sova, that's a difficult one.
That is
to
a
tell
little
you the
tricky.
Truth. It looks simple, but it's not. So, but she was the Deanna White.
I was Deanna White. I was here for a long time.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
always like coming home. I love coming back here. I was actually at the movie theater last night. My mom and I went to the movies.
Isn't it cool?
I love that theater.
It
is
great
one of my
theater.
very favorites. I truly
It's a little gem and a little treasure that
is.
we have here, and it's for what the experience that you get, the atmosphere, the pricing is great.
It still smells. The popcorn smell is when you walk in. It's just like I'm back. I'm 7 years old again.
Or 1976 or whatever it was.
A lot before 82. But I'm back back where I was. Queenie Bee. The whole thing.
Right over there.
Right over there, I know.
Yeah. You can kind of picture it there.
I can.
But thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
for being here today, and we'll be looking for you next week and
All right.
being part of getting the word out. What you have going on.
Thank
So
you.
Have a great day today.
Thanks.
And be safe back toward Hoptown. That's Deanna Sova, and she's volunteer with the United Way of the Penny Ryle. They're going to be in town next week for Small Business Week, and you'll see them out on the streets. And if you want to be a part of it, go to PennyRyleUnitedWay.org or go to their Facebook page, which is basically, I think, listed the same way, and find out more information and get in contact with those folks. And just enjoy and volunteer. And appreciate you listening today to our Tiger Talk at 8:32. That's going to wrap it up for today. Ty Engelbright. And hope you have a wonderful Monday. And tune in tomorrow for Tiger Talk because we will have, I know we'll have Paulette Gray and the Community Disciples here. They've got some wonderful things going on, and that will be just at 8 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, it's our extension program, followed by representatives from the Caldwell Medical Center. And then it's Small Business Spotlight on Thursday as the Tin Roof will be in here, and Friday it's Gator and DT. So big week coming up at the 8 o'clock hour. Keep it right here on your hometown radio station, WPKY, The Tiger. Have a good day, everybody. Thanks for listening to Tiger Talk, your local source for information about your hometown. Tiger Talk has been brought to you by... And Tiger Talk brought to you by this morning. Whistle Stop Donuts, Strain Beans Coffee House, and Miss McLovett's Cupcakes on Lower Main in Princeton, Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Commerce Street in Cadiz, and Perry's Floors and More.
The Tiger. 103.3.